Hey everyone, today I got for you a 3v3, some Imperial Guard gameplay. I'm still deciding whether or not to show you this one or not, because this one was, well you'll see. But I think the Imperial Guard gameplay was really good. It's my gameplay, and I think I ended up doing really well. So I just want to show you that. I know Imperial Guard is a weird faction, and if any of you guys are struggling with it, here's some gameplay. It is a weird faction to get the hang of. I have been playing Imperial Guard more and more because I really like the build order. I think the build order is fun. Anyways, you got Tau in the middle. I know, Xeno, gross. And then you got Orcs, which is more Xeno, gross. Then you got Eldar. Eldar over there. Chaos. A lot of variety. So you got Chaos and the Dark Eldar. You got Dark Eldar over here. For Dark Eldar, this is a really bad spawn because you can't even put your buildings. You can't even put your buildings here. They're too big. So this is a really bad spawn for Dark Eldar. And yeah. So basically, it's one good guy fighting. Like, you know, if you want to role play it, it's one good guy. You know, Imperial Guard, good guy. Fighting like 5 bad guys. If you want to think of it like that. And yeah, I think that's the intro. Dawn of War action, some Soulstorm action, and I was on Reddit, messing around, and I actually found a couple new players on Reddit. So for those like 2 new players, this is for you. Oh yeah, I do want to put up a warning at the start. There is a Dark Eldar player, but the souls don't. There's no souls, which I don't understand. So there's a Dark Eldar player, but you won't see any souls. Alright, so I'll tell you what was going through my head as I was playing this. Hopefully this will give you an edge in your next fight, if you play multiplayer. Alright. And for the most part, I think everyone plays standard. So I'm not going to go like too deep into that. For the most part, people play standard. Eldar teched really hard, but anytime I play Eldar, I usually tech. I think that's pretty much the only way to play Eldar is you gotta tech with them.
I hold the secrets of the machine.
So infantry command, I go for Tactica. Now normally I don't do the Tactica opening, but if you're going up against Chaos, Chaos is very anti-building, which is, I do think Imperial Guard's strongest. You know, when it comes to Imperial Guard, you really want your buildings to be around. So, for Chaos being anti-building, I gotta put up some defenses. And then you got Dark Eldar, which is anti-commander. They specialize in anti-commander. So you'll notice me, I'll actually skip. I actually prioritize a turret over the commander.
Objective secured. What now?
Now with Chaos, they can take out the turret, no problem. Couple swings and it's gone. So I do have to babysit it. You won't see the turret for a bit, but I do babysit it and try to make sure Chaos doesn't take it out. And Eldar techs, so I wasn't worried about Eldar at all. Here I make a Commissar. Now the Commissar was just for tanking. I needed something to tank the damage. And the Commissar actually does good damage in close combat. The range damage is really sad. So I got him on melee stance. I am getting the grenades. The grenades are dirt cheap, and they do crazy amount of damage. They do crazy amount of damage. Now if you read the lore, Warhammer lore, Grenades should really just not do any damage. These guys are like superhuman.
We're under fire.
And these cultists here are probably ex-guardsmen. They're usually guardsmen, so that would explain how they can use grenades. So I put my commissar in here, get into a little fight. There'll be a sync kill here in a second.
We've been overrun.
Pretty cool. Dark Elder uses his abilities. Infiltrated mandrakes and going for souls. I think going straight for souls is not a bad idea.
Time for
You can see I got pushed back there. It's actually not a bad idea.
time for
Commissar goes down, but it did what I wanted it to. So there should be souls here, but you just don't see any. This Tau player is actually pretty good.
objective secured.
He's really good at keeping his units alive. And he did get Mind Ward by the Farseer, so he took some damage there. And this Orc goes full tier 1, which is not a bad idea, honestly. Orc is a pretty solid tier 1. So here comes Chaos. Chaos is very anti-building, so I really got to babysit my buildings.
We're under fire.
And then you got Archon here, which is anti-commander. So really bad start from me. These two really counter, and then you got the Farseer on top of that. Farseer can just wipe my army with the blast. So you see my buildings go down in like 2 seconds. So that's what I'm scared of, and that's why I skipped command squad. So a little 3-on-1. All you really had to do was get into close range, and the guardsmen can't shoot. But instead they go for economy damage, which is fine, you know. And Archon, Dark Eldar goes standard. I do like the stun. The stun's nice. And then all the support, you know, now it's back to a 3v3, which is nice. So I do some hiding in the buildings. I do some tunneling. I think that's what it's called, is where you transfer your units around. So I did a little bit of tunneling. And I noticed the mandrakes, infiltrated mandrakes is very common, so you get used to it. And there is communication by the enemy team. I didn't know these two guys. I didn't know like any of these people. I did know RTX, who invited me to this. RTX invited me to this match, but I didn't know any of these guys. Also, I have a bit of a rhythm, and if I start typing, I'm afraid my rhythm will get messed up. So this grenade opening, I don't think really works in 1v1s, but in team games you can get away with it. Well, really in team games you can do whatever you want. I do like this turret here. Oh, he's not burning he's not using his labor ability, but you know, RTX does like a 2-minute level 2. You see that he's level 2 already. Yeah, he's level 2. So you can go for the Sorcerer if you wanted to. Sorcerer is pretty good. Sorcerer can take out my squad no problem. See, I'm in a bad situation here. They have anti-commander and anti-building, which really goes against, you know, there's not a whole lot I can do. I'm using these grenades to like scare them off, but eventually this isn't gonna work. Psyker protection. I made a command squad just for sorry. It's changing the seasons, and when the seasons change I get a little sick. Anyways, I got the Psyker for detection. Oh yeah, we did play this at like well, nothing's going on. We did play this at like midnight, and I didn't warm up before this. I was playing Hearthstone, trying to make a new deck. I still play Hearthstone even though I rant about it all the time. Oh, here I do attack ground. It took me a while to remember how to do it. I was like clicking like crazy. But here's attack ground. Guardsmen actually have crazy range. So they have more range than these Space Marines, these Chaos Marines. Command squad goes down. Very expensive loss.
Run, objective secure. What now?
I'm super glad I didn't go full command squad. Like, I didn't make the priest. If I made the priest, I might have been able to escape. But I'm glad I didn't go, full command squad. Now it's Dark Eldar here. He plays standard, but after watching this replay a couple times, you really should have went Dark Foundry. If you would have went Dark Foundry, I think this would have been over by now. And RTX is level 2, but he's not doing any like level 2 things, so that confused me. Yeah, he just doesn't do anything level 2. So I really don't understand why he did that. And I know RTX has more hours than me. So Eldar made this squad here, Farseer. I'm not sure why I got the speed upgrade. The Fleet of Foot. Reduces your accuracy by a lot. So I'm not sure why I got that. For one squad, If he got a whole army of guys, it would make a lot more sense. Now here he's got the heavy bolters. The heavy bolters are unlocked at level 1 though. He also has grenade cultists. Grenade cultists are not a bad idea. Tau is doing Tau stuff. Orcs got like a million shootas. Orcs actually has a really solid army. And what's funny is I watched this a couple times, and Orcs actually has Orcs has the worst economy by far. So he has the best army and the worst economy, which is kind of funny. But yeah, I'm just trying to detect like crazy because of all this stuff going on. I do like these rocket turrets. That was a nice touch. I think everyone I'm playing with must have at least 300 hours or more. So these guys are not, they're not newbies. I would say they have 300 hours or more. Here I do some heavy weapon teams. This heavy weapon team slightly outranges the Chaos Havocs, so that's the reason behind that. And then I go for Basilisk. Basically a deal for this. I do have this captured, so I can see this. I can see them clear, clear as day. So that's what the Basilisk is for. I do take out this slave chamber. You can put this slave chamber anywhere on the map, so you could have put it somewhere else. Eldar wants to fight. I do like this, using these abilities. That's nice. You should use this acid on the knobs. This acid lowers the armor, and I don't think these starting units have armor. But it's in team games you can really get away with anything. So it looks like Dark Eldar activated all his abilities, but no one went in. This is a pretty hard defense to break. Anyways, while this is all going on, economy boom. You always want an economy boom as guard. That's just something you have to get good at. He's just activating all of the Soul's abilities. But Dark Eldar has terrible economy too. So Orcs and Dark Eldar both have really bad economy. But yeah, I was just you gotta get your economy tech going. You have to get good at that. And I put some defenses down. Again, really scared of Chaos. And Chaos is RTX, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned that. Here, this is actually a pretty solid fight. Really, this is the power of Chaos. These heavy weapon teams just chew right through this army. And this is a massive tier 1 army. I am level 2. I finished transitioning to level 2. It does take a while to make some level 2 units. And you'll see these heavy bolters. Just a couple of heavy bolters is all you need to just chew right through this. And he's even got knobs there too. So, even though this wasn't the best fight, they were able to take out everything. Really, they should have made transports. I feel like transports was the way to go. All you really need is a transport, and you wouldn't have to worry about anything. Here I make some Sentinels. Sentinels is definitely one of the best vehicles in the game. So just making a Sentinel. And I do think these critical locations gave me a big advantage. Being able to see everything. Here I make double Basilisk. I learned from experience you should never go triple Basilisk. Just never do that. And here I forgot to make an army. So I'm starting to float. Oh yeah, and Orcs has the Slag. I forgot to mention that. And even though this team here was communicating, this bottom team, no one mentioned anything about the Slag. And Chaos could have used the build ability, the labor ability, to like instantly make it. It would have taken like 2 seconds. So, oh well. Even though if all this chat going on, no Slag. Stealth suits go in. This is super risky because Dark Elder has plenty of detection options. So I think this is a pretty risky. Honestly, Dark Elder should have planned for this. So I do think the Dark Elder player is not bad. He goes level 2 with barely any economy. And I do like this Webblade gate. You can teleport. You can have your army teleport over here just in case. I do like putting Webblade gates everywhere. It's fun. Here Eldar goes in. Not sure if they have anti-vehicle, but they decided to go in. Kill cans. This guy has 1 generator, by the way. I just want to point that out. Sorry. Anyways, this guy has 1 generator, and he's making all these expensive units. So this is a very expensive. This is like an all or nothing kind of army. I'm not a huge fan of going all out. I'm not a big fan of upgrading anything to the max. This Tau player was just a huge pain. He knew a lot about positioning. He was always there at the right moment. So really good positioning from him. I think the Tau player did really well. See, this is some really good positioning. And honestly, what the Scourges could have done was fly in and then punch these guys. Could have punched them. But yeah, I really think Dark Foundry would have been massive here instead of the Hall of Blood. Something I do a lot is go Hall of Blood, make the Archon, and then delete the Hall of Blood, and then switch to vehicles. That's something I do a lot. And you can put detection on your vehicles, so you can just detect all this. I do think Dark Elder has probably the best listening posts. So these are not, these are not easy to take out by any means. This is a nice fight. Oh yeah, see I'm floating. I think I decided to go for more heavy weapon teams. Just, I mean that's the Imperial Guard way, to just put turrets everywhere. If you're playing Imperial Guard, you just want to put turrets everywhere. That's basically how you do it. Something I notice here is I'm shooting this vehicle with my Sentinel, that I'm doing like 0 damage. The Sentinel should be able to take this vehicle out in like 3 or 4 shots. So that confused me. I was super confused during this. In my experience, the Sentinel should like 3-shot
Second squad ready
this
for
Wraith Lord.
Cut
But oh well.
them down.
That was super confusing.
Cut them down.
Upgraded Homunculus. You'll see the poison dart. I think I actually got a squad wipe. Homunculus squad wipe one of my guys. I have a bunch of squads. So I think I did get squad wipe there. Even if the Archon stuns these stealth suits, they can still jump.
Our duty calls just cut them down.
And probably the answer to everybody's problem was either transports or jump units. I think that would have helped out a lot. Like these warp spiders are doing a lot of, they're doing a lot. And I think that was the way to go. Just make jump units and transports. Oh yeah, and I should mention, I forgot to show it, but this fight over here, I was earth shaking like the whole time, and I killed like 2 squads of warp spiders, and I think I killed the grenade cultists. Killican and range stance, you don't see that too often. Killican actually has a pretty nice gun, believe it or not. See, this is another time where my Sentinel does 0 damage, and I don't understand that. It should like 4-shot any vehicle in the game, so it was confusing. You do want to scan a lot. Scanning is free, basically, so you just want to scan a lot. And I keep forgetting. Oh, and I earthshake these turrets, the missile turrets. So I keep forgetting to show you the earthshakes. They're pretty cool. And yeah. So I finished teching. I got 134 to 91. And after checking all the players, after watching this a couple times, I actually have the highest economy, which is pretty cool. I decided to run in and throw a grenade. These Caskins are pretty cheap. They're like the cheapest level 3 unit. So I just ran in for the grenade and ran out. And that didn't work. This is a really nice fight. They should have done this earlier. But I think this was a really nice engagement. This is a full level 2 fight, which I really enjoy. Again, weird positioning from these, I guess they'd be Havocs. Upgraded Chaos Marines are Havocs. And you get the flash kits. I'm surprised he even made flash kits. Again, he has like no economy. Orcs have like pretty much no economy, and he's going level 3. So I'm not even sure if that was a good idea. I do think the Homunculus probably could have stopped this stealth suits. So that's all I really needed was a stealth Homunculus, and you'd be good to go. I did get the Baneblade out. I was actually surprised. This guy has the slag. Orcs has the slag, but no level 4 units. I think around the 20-minute mark, you should be level 4. It doesn't matter like what game mode you're playing, what the situation is. At 20 minutes, you really should be level 3 or level 4. And yeah, RDX just played really weirdly. He's got no LB3s. He's got, he just teched up and he barely made any level 2 units. No sorcerer. Sorcerer would have helped out a lot, actually. Teleport. Use the blast ability. But yeah, I made a Baneblade. Baneblade is like the number 3 best vehicle in the game, I would say. And if you don't have a counter for it, if you don't have a counter for the Baneblade, it will just run right through everything. And you see it just absolutely destroying. So this was a combination of using the garrison ability, hiding in the buildings, teching up, and economy booming, and a lot of earthshakes. A lot of earthshakes were made in this. So the reason I was deciding whether or not to show you this one, even though we just played this like an hour ago. This is like an hour old when we played it. The reason I was deciding whether or not to show you this is because it was kind of one-sided. I know it's kind of disrespectful for the players, but this was a pretty one-sided match. And also, something I want to point out is we did do a rematch, and we actually got destroyed by this Dark Elder player. So when you give, if this Dark Elder player had a better spawn, I think if this Dark Elder player had a better spawn, he would have wiped the floor with us. So yeah, Tau goes in. Again, just one homunculus. Use the poison dart. Good to go. And another thing that happened was he kept using the abilities, and his teammates didn't go in. So Avatar Arcane is probably the best level 4 in the game, but it's a level 4 in, you know, a whole army. Still, you know, what is that? Like 5,000 damage. 5,000 damage for, it's pretty good, I think. You know, I was getting attacked by the whole army and still did 5,000 damage. So pretty good. Here I make the assassin. The assassin is like anti-everything. Well, except like vehicles. But if it's not a vehicle, it can take care of it. And here I start to commander spam. Priests, psychers, commissars, just commander spamming. And then you got the Tau commander fully upgraded. The Tau, fully upgraded Tau commander is super hard to deal with, regardless of skill level. So I don't blame these guys for losing to the Tau commander. Tau commander is super hard to deal with. So here I'm scanning the webway gates, moving everything forward. I'm using my level 4 stuff to tank the damage. Fire Prism actually got some kills. Fire Prism can like two-shot most vehicles in the game. And Fire Prism actually does well against level 3 units. If this squad here was more grouped up, this Fire Prism might have actually won the fight.
Alright, men. Time to wage war.
But anyways, big army shows up. There was Harlequins, and it was really hard to see. But there was Harlequins doing stuff, but they died like instantly. There was Harlequins in there. Harlequins are a good choice against Orc, I would say. They can kill a squad pretty easily. One Harlequin can take out like 10 Orcs. So I would say it's a pretty good unit. Seer Council. Seer Council, you know. And yeah, I'll show you my setup. So I would say I was support in that fight. The Earthshakes helped out a lot, but I would say I was support. Orcs, you know, tanked the damage, was everywhere on the map. And then Tau was just always a threat. Again, just needed a transport or a jump unit, and you could have killed Tau, no problem. I'll show you my setup. Got a Basilisk, got a turret. These guys here have grenades, so I can just grenade over this cliff here. I am capping the points because there's no reason not to, so I'm just capping these. I have seen one player beat 3 players, so I do cap these points even at this point. You know, when it gets to this point in the game, I still cap because I have seen people wanna, you know, it is possible to win a 1v3. So I do cap these points. I have my heavy weapons teams here. They can shoot through this like hill, so I can damage whatever is right about here. And I can move these guys around if I wanted to. These guys here were super hard to micro, so I ended up forgetting about them after a while. Here I am commander spamming, so double commissar, and you'll see some priests here in a second. Oh yeah, and I built another HQ. Forgot to mention that. I guess just a lot happens in this one. I just couldn't capture everything. There was a couple sync kills here and there, and I just didn't get those. Here I generator spam. I was really floating, and I still am. I'm super floating. The next highest economy was Eldar. Eldar had a really high economy, and my economy is also pretty good. I should have made LP3s. LP3s would have been the way to go, but that's whatever. Here I make these rocket turrets. At this point, I was just copying chaos. I was like, oh yeah, rocket turrets are a good idea, so I went for that. They do miss a lot. Like, they go off target, they miss. So, yeah. So my opening was grenade guardsman, one commissar. Then after a while, I made a command squad, made a psyker. I didn't go full command squad. I'm just now buying upgrades. I didn't buy upgrades until now, so I skipped the upgrades. And to be honest with you, I forgot about them. I just wanted the grenade launchers, not the health upgrade. So I just forgot about them. And after that, I economy boomed. I did lose a couple squads here and there. Some of these squads, like, these squads did not survive the whole game. These are new squads. They did get killed. Yeah, I'll show you my score. I think you'll be interested in that. And once I show you my score, that'll be it. So Tao got the highest score. Good player, good positioning. When we did the rematch, though, he was kind of useless. He kept getting... we did Bloodshed Alley, and Bloodshed Alley, there's a lot more movement, there's a lot more space, and I guess it was just a harder map for Tao. It was a really hard map for Tao to do stuff on. And the rematch, I played Space Marines. I did lose. Anyways. So I got 171 kills. That's probably from the Baneblade. And the Earthshake rounds. The Earthshake rounds were like two-shotting the Warp Spiders. I lost 40 guys, so I did lose a lot. It's funny that I had the smallest army. I had the smallest army and had the most money. So that's interesting. Yeah, Orcs got a lot of kills. Even though he played a lot of defense. So, and Orcs went all out. Orcs did a full tier 1. I think Eldar did everything right, like, between the Warp Spiders and the Harlequin. But I think the Tau just... between the Orcs and the Tau is just a lot to deal with. And yeah. It looks like Dark Eldar got the least amount of kills. Really just Dark Foundry. I think Dark Foundry would have solved all his problems. And yeah. I have no idea what I'm going to title this video. And that's it. Goodbye.